Hey there everyone, and welcome to another Armageddon Tournament 2 video. These are PvP videos from the clan tournament that happened recently, and in this video, we're going to be looking at my 3 matches against Raven from Rise clan. So I didn't say in the last video, but these are completely no restrictions. You didn't even have to use different teams, you could use the same team for each of the battles. I built 3 different teams and I used them as my 3 teams that I used in each of the battles. So here, this is an interesting one. So Bundum is not particularly good against Mythics. It doesn't do quite enough damage, so I'm not too afraid of that. I'm obviously afraid of the Pradnorka and the Satami. Avioronyx is going to get stunned, so I can actually use it for times up here, which is quite handy. And the Enem Accelerate on from Nauticruiser at the beginning there means it's kind of out of play for a little bit. So I knock back next the, what do you call it? I can't remember now. The Bobby Boom, so that it wouldn't absorb the stun, because stun seems to be wrecking him right now. So yeah, anyway, I take down that Bundum. The Protector that has Roaring Entrance also gets stunned, and in fact that's perfect for dealing with Pradnorka. I was planning on using Fast Fury on Pradnorka at this point, but the fact that a Protector came in was even better, because now he can just use Bloodgrave, and I've still got this, I've got this team turn guaranteed. Again, another Roaring Entrance monster that gets stunned. Then it starts getting a bit more complicated, because there are Tranquilizing Entrance coming in next. In hindsight, one thing I could have done was like a Ritual 6 into Aetherian, so that I don't get XYZ stunned. And the problem with XYZ being stunned is, like, if that gets stunned and one of my other monsters gets put to sleep, I can get into a really awkward situation. And obviously, that is kind of what happens. Voidress gets put to sleep here. The Pradnorka can now kill Wilhelmina. He actually has the other Tranquilizing Entrance next in line, which he brings in now. Very luckily, the sleep hits either Voidress or Dragulus at that point, so nothing new gets put to sleep. Then I'm able to do the team turn. So I've only got one monster out of play, and that's the Voidress. So yeah, we're still in kind of a fine situation. He has got 4 S+ legendaries on the battlefield. So I used Time Warp to try and help my Voidress wake up. Aetherian also wasn't going to do too much at this point. Basically I kind of want to Slayer Bane the Pradnorka anyway. I can't times up anything, so I just use Cobalt Coating, because being tanky is quite useful, and by the time he gets another turn, it's going to have Double Drain Survivor. Vixierid, he goes for just a little hit on Wilhelmina there, so he can finish it off with Sober King. This Gearcroc can knock back something. I can't remember what it knocks back. Oh, XYZ. Okay, fair enough. Yep. Like I said, it was going to have Double Drain Survivor charged, so quite good to get rid of it. Again, Aetherian can't do too much here, so I just use Metempsychosis on the Gearcroc just to basically pass time. And I want to keep it close to its next turn, rather than doing Double Drain Survivor. That's a few more seconds. So Malwing, he doesn't have a kill on it, so he can knock back something. Sorrel is basically the thing he needs to get rid of here. So he knocks back Sorrel. Sorrel's Foggy Entrance meant that Sober King can't now use the Divine, hitting 2 things. He can only use the Divine Rebirth hitting 1 thing. So that's put both his Tranquilizing Entrances at the back of the team, which I do take note of, because it might come up, and well, it definitely will come up, dealing with those at the back. So yeah, another sleep on my team here, which meant that I don't have a whole lot to play with. He also manages to use that send back on the box jump. I think that's what he just did. So he can take control a bit here. The issue is for him that I have Civilian next in line, and Civilian has Explosive All Revenge, so it's going to wake up my team if he kills it, and so he'd have to ignore it, and then it would mean that he's not going to, he's going to have to face the Overwatch on all my monsters and stuff, and I've got Penguinator next in line, so, basically he's kind of forced to kill the Civilian here. My assisted Nova as well put Gaia Mirai down below the Overconfident Strike range, I believe. I can't remember the exact damage it dealt. It needed to do 1,300 or something like that. And I think it did a bit more. So Celashine can get a kill on Aetherian, however, like I said, Penguinator would come in Overwatched, so instead he kills Civilian rather than Aetherian. I think I might have messed up the name there before. It doesn't quite kill Celashine and Gaia Mirai. I was kind of hoping it would, but it didn't. However, that said, I know there's those 2 Tranquilizing Entrances at the back of the team, which might be a big problem. So interestingly, he goes for the Link Slayer Bane All here, I was a little surprised to see it. I was expecting him to use Counter-Strike, but he uses that, and it doesn't really do a whole lot, to be honest, because only one thing had a kill. So I was a little surprised by that, and that means that now he can't really line anything up, and I'm going to be able to stun him with Bulby Boom. So I can, to be fair, only just about do it. I skip here, use the Retaliate to kill the Gearcroc. Now I can kill the Karamurai, Kareo Kami, I don't know what monster I said, which then means I can stun, so I can set up Overwatch on Penguinator, and now it's a case of carefully doing things. Now, in the moment, I was, very focused on, I know I can win this, I really need to win this. There are still a lot of monsters left in the team, I don't know what's next, so I don't want to go ahead and just Slayerbane or actually Ultra Thunder would be the best thing to use here. So I wasn't sure what was best to use. But there is the Tranquilizing Entrance coming up, and at this point I could probably use Ultra Thunder, but I wasn't totally sure, so I decided to instead go for... I did do it, sorry. I did do it. The stuff came in, it stuns my Bulby Boom, that's excellent. Now I just need to bring in the Sober King, and basically the match is over. I think it was just more a case of I was thinking, is now the time? Can I do Ultra Thunder yet? Is it going to stun me? Is it going to kill off things? I also should have just killed the box jumps there for less recoil, but anyway. My Bulby Boom exploded to that, which was perfect. Felt really good to face off 2 Tranquilizing Entrances, which did all that sleep stuff and all the crazy stuff to my team. I had to face Tranquilizing Entrance twice, but I really punished it that second time. So yeah, very happy with how this went. XYZ being a top performer, stunning at the beginning there to give me the control, and then later on Bulby Boom punishing those Tranquilizing Entrances. Really good fun. So going into the next battle, this is my one with Bastia and basically just a lot of aggressive monsters. He's using a Sheikah setup, Sheikah Bloom setup with a load of beasts, and Joker Dragon, which is always a nasty one to face. I can't speak today. Pandemonium can also use Exhausting Sleep infinitely because it's going to get woken up by my Gun Fairy Violet, which is slightly scary, but luckily I've got 2 purifiers, which kind of is intentional, to be honest. So that will help out dealing with that. So he now decides, what does he put to sleep? He decides to go for Gun Fairy Violet because he doesn't want to face the double piercing blow. To be honest, that's not going to do a whole lot in this situation. He probably should have done it on Bastia. Because even though you can get 1 kill here, Bastia then is going to shield the team and purify the team. So it's going to bring Gun Fairy Violet back into play. Definitely a tough spot though. But yeah, personally I would have slept the Bastia and then taken the hit from Gun Fairy Violet. He can still kill the still could have killed the Patronorca, so it wouldn't have been too terrible. But yeah, anyway. So I can now kill the Joker Dragon. And then I'm countering all the shields. The shields that will come with the Gun Fairy Violet. So yeah, countering shields, countering entrances. This team is pretty brutal. It's not the kind of team that I'd normally build, but I was very proud of it. I thought when I built it, I was like, maybe it will work well, and it was my highest performing team in this tournament. So I'm definitely going to use it in normal PvP a bit and see how it does. So he's definitely got stuff here to play with. Sheikah Bloom can Union attack. I wanted to kill this Dasikian. I wouldn't normally skip when you can just skip back, but obviously the damage from Garden Fairy Violet here does matter. And I wanted to see if I could take out that Dasikian. It didn't quite die, unfortunately. In fact, it's now not even going to die to the to the Garden Fairy Violet damage, which is a shame. But doesn't matter too much. So he got rid of my Nova Drake. He has to. Really, and I'm going to try and damage this Sheikah Boom a bit because it basically takes 2 hits to kill. His Rhino does the classic taking down some Storm Mythic. I swear, I see that so much in PvP. And now he takes out the Gun Fairy Violet just before Dasikian dies. I do the random knockback. Yeah, Nautacruiser was not the target I wanted to hit. Satami or Sheikah Bloom would have been a lot better, but it's not going to be too bad. So Satami, interestingly, can't do a whole lot here because nothing has secret skills. Actually, that's the point. It doesn't really matter about killing Satomi, or knocking back Satomi, and I can kill Sugar Bloom. So yeah, nothing's too scary, and now I can shield break the Razor Ray. I watched this battle just before doing this commentary. I didn't notice when watching it that Satomi is pretty much useless here. I think that happens in the next battle too. That he has Satomi, and like it is a top mythic. Like it's very strong, but it just so happens that I'm using like second form mythics and stuff, like things without secret skills, so it can't do that much. So I don't want to bring in the Vixierid. I'm also don't want to. Well, basically, I'm trying. I want to repulse the Armor Vault after it does protect, because that's just one of those nasty things you can do to those old protectors. So I wanted to just kind of pass time with Momo. I couldn't remember if Satomi had been hurt by the Garden Fairy Violet passive at all. If it had, then Life Flip wouldn't have, done the best thing. But yeah, he knows the Satomi isn't doing a whole lot, so he just turns it into a rock. And then I luckily managed to knock back the new thing that enters Razor Ray. So yes. I was thinking that I would repulse Armor Vault, but then doing so would bring in the Yuki. So I decided instead I'll do Fast Strike and do it like that. But then he cleverly kills off his own Disikian, so he gets a Yuki on the battlefield anyway. So I just finish off the Armor Vault now. But looking at his remaining monsters, he's got a Razor Ray back there. The Nautocruiser is going to be a bit too slow, so pretty much this is just a Corel Kami left, and I've got 12 monsters left in my team. That's what I mean by this team being brutal. It's done very well, and here it's going to be very tough for him to come back out of it. He can obviously get 2 piercing kills there nicely, but going beyond that is going to be tough. I've got 2 chances here to go around the Yuki. I decide to actually, I don't even bother. I don't want to kill the Yuki just yet. I think I may as well slow things down and bring Nautocruiser in slightly later. So I do that, and then I've got Chronozillion, definitely an underrated monster. I look forward to seeing this more in PvP. I think people are going to use it more. They say like, oh, it hasn't got piercing. Well, you know what? Slash All is a good piercing move. And yeah, Nautocruiser on half HP, doesn't matter, we can kill that. So yeah, now it's just, it's Corel Kami. He hasn't really got much more to play with here. I think I've got enough monsters that, I can face the Yukis, whatever it is. His Vixierid can only get 3 kills. He's only got a few kills with those Yukis. Nautopod is going to be too slow with stuff. I don't think he can win from here, no matter how well he does. So I just kind of try and, kill the monsters as fast as possible. Don't think too much about, like, what do I kill next? Do I need to line things up? I'm just, like, killing off those Yukis. Actually, I paused a little bit here. I consider hitting the Nautopod down to whole ground and then killing that off. But I decide, nah, let's just take out the Yukis. So I do an Ultra Nova, I think, here. Yeah, which, interestingly, does enough to kill the Yuki. I don't think it normally does. I think that was quite a lucky hit. And bringing Nautopod down to whole ground as well, I think that's fairly lucky. So he's got to deal with my Sorrel, which is about to come in. So he decides to kill it off, bring it in with the Cerezeal, and then he can kill it with Nautopod before it gets a turn. Which is very smart. Definitely, playing well. It's just a very tough situation to come out of. So he takes out the Nautopod there. I'm going to put that Nautopod down to whole ground yet again. And he could give turn to it to save it, but nah, he just does the tranquilizing, sorry, not tranquilizing, transient bash, and then we just clean up. So that was battle number 2, another win to me. And let's move into the third one. So the third one is my Sugar Bloom setup. What he's got is an Elm Fox. We got that Satomi there again, and Aura Dragon. This is a bit of an unusual kind of setup. I wasn't entirely sure what he was doing, but seeing the Aura Dragon, I was assuming there's probably going to be some Death Revenge. I can see a Death Revenge next in line, so I decide, yeah, let's like make the most of this. Let's put Aura Dragon down to whole ground. Probably kill that off first. I can kill off the Elm Fox before it gets a turn as well. And Satomi isn't going to do too much. Hopefully, it can kill Catmander, but hopefully it won't go round Behemoth. He shields the Aura Dragon. Yeah, nice. And it got blocked. Oh, yes, that's going to be helpful. So I put Elm Fox down to whole ground. I don't need to kill it with that. I may as well grab the kill with Sugar Bloom. So I do that and then do the double Bloodthirst. Then I can just do a Nika Punch to take down the Ore Dragon. And I'm pretty sure he can't stop me from killing the Joker Dragon before, it gets a turn. So I can charge Nika Finisher here on Catmander. I just, do a little hit on Satami. Doesn't really matter. Barkmail isn't going to do that much this battle. I'm not too scared of it at all, because it can't do anything to my Sheikah Bloom. And it also can't really do much to, Ellen Fox's boosted stats. Catmander is fire, so I'm basically just going to leave that alive. So it turns out he has a Sheikah Bloom set up with Beast as well. There's also Padronorka next in line that's a little bit scary. Here, I think I misplay. For some reason, I go for Nika Finisher on Sheikah Bloom. I thought it would kill, or something. What I probably should have done is kill the Rhino L, or something like that. Yeah, no, maybe it's because the Union sneak attack doesn't always kill Sheikah Bloom, so I needed the 2 hits. I can't remember exactly, but he then, does get a bit of opportunity here to kill some monsters, and perhaps I could have done it a little bit better. It's very weird fighting and leaving Satami alive this long. normally you would not at all. So yeah, I think about stunning something. That's not really gonna, there's no point stunning Rhino L. Barkmail will basically just kill Box Jump at this point, so I don't really care about that. So I just use the Flaming Blaze to take down Padronorka. I've got the double Bloodthirst here, so I can put Pandemonium and Satami to hold ground. That's perfect for then doing this Ultra Dusk. I pause at this point though, because I'm trying to think, okay, I don't have stun protection. He could have stun. I've got a stun counter next in line. Do I want to play this a bit more carefully? And I am an error about it, but then ultimately decide, nah, let's just do the Ultra Dusk. Let's kill the 2 threats. Rhino and Barkmail, I don't care about, so yeah, I'm not too bothered. He did have stun, but that kills off the Box Jump anyway, so that's not too much of a problem. He does get a kill on Centurion though, so he can now Raw Blood Crave something. Probably the Momo, because that is a bigger problem. Although that does mean that my Sorrel is going to come in with a shield. There's a Box Chomp there. I'll just get rid of that Box Chomp and then, ooh, a Tranquilizing Entrance. So, yeah, I think that was another reason why I got rid of Satami as well, because it was stun immune. And, I left him with 3 stunnable monsters here. So, yeah, the sleep hits Centurion. Kind of brutal, because Centurion has the Purify. I definitely got lucky with Tranquilizing Entrance in some of these battles. He can use Laser Blast on something. He decides to double charge, because I don't think it's reliable enough to kill... well, he went for Malwing. Okay, definitely not reliable enough to kill Malwing. So, I need a kill on Sorrel. I just do it on Donrilla. Donrilla only just came in. There aren't any kills or anything. It's not like resetting Bloodthirst or stuff. And I'd like to have Desikian on the battlefield to shield the Ink Feather that comes in. So I just do it like that. And here I think I play it pretty safe. I'm not scared of the Razor Ray for some reason. I think I actually kind of forget that it has the stun move. I probably could have played this a lot better, but I play it way too safe. I'm also thinking ahead. I don't want to... I want to have the Purify for just after that sleep from Vixierid. So my plan here was to Union attack the Vixierid, kill it, and then Purify, which I don't know why I was thinking that was possible, because it does not do enough damage. So, yeah. And then I probably should have killed the Razor Ray with the Survivor. But this is just me messing up a little bit. So now, do I kill the Cerazil? I probably should. I don't know if I do. Nope, I escape. Okay. And then I'll kill Vixierid. Hope that the sleep's fine. It goes on Sorrel. Okay, that's a problem. He can give turn to Razor Ray and then kill my Desikian, so I can't Purify it. He does that. So, yeah, not ideal. Donrilla can repent Sorrel, so that will be good. Again, this Barkmail's not too much of a problem. You actually have to wake up my Sorrel, if he attacks with the Barkmail, so I can just ignore it. So I go ahead and I repent Sorrel. Which, to be honest, I could just wait until he attacks with the Barkmail, but I don't know if he will. And I know that I can line up the double Blood Fury like this. So we just do a cheeky little double Blood Fury, doing pathetic damage, but getting a kill. And now I can take down... I could do Mega Dusk, but no, let's just get rid of the Protector. Then I can do Icebreaker on Ellen Fox. I quickly checked what had kills, because I had just got a kill with Sarah, but I wanted to make sure I did. And again, not really much you can do to come back in this battle now. I've got a lot of monsters left in my team. This was my team actually with a mid-game 1-on-1, which I really love. I'm a big fan of 1-on-1, and it's generally been seen as a frontline strategy. I think mid-game 1-on-1 is actually sneakily very good, because you have monsters like Stratostrike that come in and get a turn really quickly, and then they can do 1-on-1, and that's the kind of move that can really shape a battle. And then if you have things behind that can like purify all that kind of stuff, it's very nasty. Anyway, that's it for these battles. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in a video soon with the battles with the third guy.